Hey, it's time for Mindful Monday, and this is episode 12. And for today, for Mindful Monday, the quote, it's by Plato, is wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. Okay? And the question on the back of this card is how much less would I speak if I were more mindful and only spoke when it improved upon the silence? That is a great way to look at things. And although I think that I personally embody this concept to a degree, I don't think I've ever thought of it that way. So I really appreciate the way that this is written. And just because it gets me thinking the next time I want to say something, on how am I improving upon the silence, right? Is the world, the people in the conversation, people in the room, the people online, are they better off if I don't say anything, or are they better off if I speak up? A couple things come to mind with this, whether they're directly related or not. It's just what comes to mind for me. One thing is, this card is not saying you shouldn't speak up and use your voice, right? However, what it is saying, to my opinion, is that your voice can be very powerful and very impactful. However, if every time you speak you're giving no value, it dilutes the impact that your voice has. And so really understanding that, I think, is important, and kind of conserving that and being careful with the words you use, because the words you use could have a negative connotation, could negatively affect people, but it also could have a very positive effect. So you don't want to withstand from saying things if it does add value. So that's not what this card is saying. And another thing that comes to mind, again, I don't think this directly relates, but just with when you speak, right? And listening and just communication skills in general comes to mind for me. Something I've struggled with and I'm actively working on is when other people are speaking, actively listen. Don't be thinking about, well, what am I going to say next? Oh, they just said this thing. Okay, I got to get my next word in, right? It shouldn't be about me, and trying to maybe win the conversation. It's more about, how can I add value to this person's life? And part of that is listening, actively listening. And so that involves, again, just hearing the words, thinking about what those words actually mean, and then giving that person the space to finish whatever, complete their thoughts. Let them complete their thought, and then think about, okay, now I get the full picture, I get the full message. Now how can I respond? And take a pause. It's okay. Like, you don't have to rush these things. I have a lot of anxiety, and I'm also working on that and have been for some time. I think that, and I don't want to label, but I will say that anxiety does lead me to have this rushed mindset and rushed thinking of, oh, I gotta have something else to say, right, in this social setting. But it is okay, and people, I think, would much prefer if you actually take the time to listen and then respond. Listen and then respond. Right? There's no rush. You're having a conversation with somebody. It's all about hearing each other's perspectives and having that back and forth. Not so much about, oh, this person didn't respond right away, right? I don't think anybody thinks that way. So again, diverging a little bit, but this is just what came to mind for me based on my circumstance and my situation. Would love to hear, anybody's thoughts on this quote and the question that presents itself. So, I'll post this in the chat. Put your comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this content, so I can keep bringing it to you guys. And, if there's any specific topics you want to hear about, happy to, go off script a little bit and, maybe not follow the cards. We can have fun with it. So put your comments. I'm open to opinions. I'm open to whatever thoughts you have on the subject. So that's it for today. Hope you're all having a wonderful and fantastic Monday, and enjoy the rest of your week. Christmas is right around the corner.